Hello guys, welcome back to the channel again. Today we will solve the 11th question of June Lead Code Challenge. So the question is sort colors. What we have an array of n objects in which we have only three types of elements: 0, 1 and 2. 0 represents red color, 1 represents white color and 2 represents blue color. Now what we have to do is we have to place all the colors in a group, means all the zeros at one place, all the ones at one place, all the twos at one place. So first approach, what we can do, we first count the number of zeros, count the number of ones and count the number of twos, and then we can replace or override the array. First is this condition, but question itself says that it will use two loops, so we does not require to use two loops. So in the question we must try that our work will be completed in one loop. So suppose this is the array. Now we all know that we have to rearrange this zeros at the starting, ones at middle and twos at the end. So first approach when we think about this is the sorting approach. If we sort the array, then we will get the answer. So if I sort an array by 0, so at the end, so if I sort the array, what I will get? I will get 0, 0, 0 and then 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 and then 2, then 2. So now what is the problem? We got the sorting solution. The first basic solution is sorting. This is sorting. Using sorting we can easily do this. If someone wonders that how using sorting we will do, because after sorting, zeros will be on the starting part, ones will be on the center and 2 will be at the end. So sorting, while using sorting we can do this question, but what is the problem is how much loops did sorting use. The most efficient sorting algorithm, that is merge sort, will also use n log n, so which is slower as compared to this question. We must require a solution which take big of n time only. So we required this thing, but in this we required O of n log n for this sorting part. Now because of this we will not use sorting, so we must do something else. So for this we will use an approach which is known as two pointer. So we will use two pointer approach. Now many of them will confuse that what is two pointer approach. It is nothing. It is that we will take two variables. In one variable we will store some index, and in another variable also we will store some index, and then we will play with these two indexes to solve the question. So in this also we will do the same thing. What we will do, first of all, basic thing what we are trying to do is, we are just, suppose we will, let's consider one more array, 1 2 0 1 0 2 1. Suppose let's consider this array. Now what we are trying to do is, we are just taking this array and trying to remove this all zeros and place this at the starting. We will do what this is, we will do this thing. We will try to place these zeros at the starting. Then we will, what first thing will be fulfilled, that all the zeros will be at the starting. Now what the second thing we are trying to do is, we will place all the twos at the end. So now what will happen after this? Suppose at the starting what I have done, I have placed all the zeros at starting. Now what will be the array? 1 2 1 2 1 after the first condition. This will be the first condition. Now what I will do, I will again remove all the twos and place them at the end. So after this the array will be this. So this is the approach which I am going to try. So this can easily done using one loop. So the basic approach is that I am just trying to remove all the zeros and place them at the starting, and remove all the twos and place them at the end. So this is the approach which I am going to use in this question. Now let's solve this question. So first of all, we will take 2 pointers, left and right. Left will be initialized with 0 and right will be initialized with the size of array -1, which will be 10 minus 1, which will be equals to 9. Now what will happen? We have taken this left and right, and we will take a variable I, which will be equals to 0. Now first of all, what we will check? So this is the basic condition which we are going to use. We are going to use these 3 variables, left, right and I. I will be pointing the variables, or will be checking the current index. Left will place all the zeros at the starting, right will place all the twos at the end. Till now we are sorted at what we have to do. Now after entering the loop, we will check the condition. If arrays I index equals to 0, then what we will do? We will swap numbers arrays I index with arrays left. Now what is this doing? This is just swapping. If 0 is there, it is swapping it with the leftmost number. Now in this condition, arrays I index is 0, sorry, arrays I index is 1, so it will not do anything. Now again the loop will run. Array will be 1, sorry, I will be 1, and then here it will be 0. So till now what we have done, we have just checked these 3 conditions, and now we are on the swapping part. Now it will swap arrays 1 index and arrays 0 index. So after swapping, what will be the array? Array will be 0 1 1 2 1 0 1 2 1 and then 0. So this is the case after first swapping. Now what I will do, after swapping I will increment left. Why I am incrementing left? This is the main question. Because if I incremented the left, then we know that at 0th index we have 0. If we have, in case we have swapped the numbers, then we know that at 0th index we have 0. So now what we will swap? We will swap the first value. So this is the basic concept. Now this is the part in which 1 comes. Now what if 2 comes? So we will check for 2 also. Suppose the value, now we will check the second question, 2. If arrays I index equals to 2, then what we will do, we will swap arrays I index with right. Arrays I index with right. Now why I am swapping with right? Now right is pointing to the last index. If I swap with the right, the value 2 will be swapped with the last index, so that value 2 will be put on the last. So this is why I'm swapping it with the last index. Now what I will do, I will now, after doing this same with right, I will decrement right's value. I will decrement right's value. So what I am trying to do is, I am just decrementing right's value. Now why I am decrementing right's value? Because after decrementing the right's value, suppose in this condition array I index is, till before this we have array 0 1 1 2 1 2 1 0 1 2 1 and then 0. This is the condition. So now what we will do, we will just, till here we have iterated, we have I equals to 2. Nothing will happen at I equals to 2 with this loop or with this condition. Now if I equals to 3, arrays 3 index equals to 2. Now what will the value of arrays right will be the last index, and this will be happen. Now what will happen, what all will be happen, 9 will be turned into 8, left will be turned into, sorry, left is before only 1. Now what will happen with the question, 0 will come here and 2 will come here. Now we got that 2 is at the end. Now what we will do, we will again start iterating from this ith index. This I index, we will, if we enter in any of the loop, then the main condition which we are going to do is, we are just again checking the current I index. So in this we will decrement I also. So if you are willing to decrease the number of lines, then you must use post decrement operator in the arrays index only. So this is the main solution. So here first I have initialized i's value, left and right, and then I have checked the condition that if I is less than or equals to right, till that I have iterated. Now first condition where I can be equals to 0, I have checked this condition, and if it is true, I have swapped the numbers. Here I have checked the second condition. If I equals to nums I index is equals to 2, then I have again swapped the numbers with arrays I index and right, and I have decremented I. I tell you why I have decremented I, because if swapping index occurs with 0, then problem arises. That's why I have swapped it with I0 index. Thank you guys. For more such content, like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe.